I'm a fractional CMO. I work with a lot of B2B and B2C companies. I've driven over 7 figures in revenue over the last couple of years for my clients. And I want to talk to you today about why content is not translating or converting for you. Content is important for a business. The harsh truth that nobody wants to hear anymore is that your content is not a differentiator. It is a commodity. You need to stop producing content and you need to start producing research. And when I say research, I mean insights that only you know of because you have the lived experience. And it's more important than ever with the way that AI is coming in and undercutting everyone, giving everyone the ability to create infinite amounts of content. Original research is the only way to stand out. And in this video, I'm going to show you how the most elite GTM teams are turning original research into a revenue engine and why your current playbook is slowly killing your growth. Quick note, if you want a swipe file of the best GTM original research strategies that I have come across and I have seen, check the description. I'll send you a free email with all the details. So let's talk about why content is broken in 2025. Most brands are just reposting generic benchmarks. It is content that anyone could create regardless of if you're in the industry or not. They're repackaging blogs and just using old, outdated information that's just not very relevant to the target customer. It's not engaging. And the goal with content, especially for a B2B business, is not to get as many eyeballs on it as possible, but it is to create something that is so compelling, a person cannot help but book a call. So your goal, if you're leading GTM for your business, should be to get 100 views on your video, not 1,000, because 100 views with the right qualified buyer is infinitely more valuable than 1 million views of people that cannot buy your product. And when you're just repackaging very generic information, you're not building any trust. You're just speaking to the void and just another face in the crowd because there's 1 million other people saying the same thing. So put simply, you're not educating, you're just echoing. Now, what the top 1% of GTM teams do differently is they run their GTM like a lab, not a content factory. Think of businesses like Gong, Figma, Salesforce, HubSpot. They are directly reporting on insights that only they can know about, data that only they can know about. They're not coming out and saying things like video is performing well, you should design better. They're targeting the person that they want to talk to with very specific and exact resources and insights. Okay, so these companies have billions of dollars in revenue. So the question is, how can you create a research-driven GTM system? I'm gonna break it down very simply for you. There's no way you can't execute on this after you hear this. Step 1, you need a predictable demand generation engine. And the way you do that is by creating insights that your customers cannot Google, co-produce stuff with your customers, with your suppliers, with your partners, with your employees, people that are in the trenches, in the weeds, everywhere around them. All they do is get insights on what you're creating content about. Then you wanna spread it everywhere. You want it to be on your marketing, whether it's video, audio, images and graphics, PR, your email campaigns, distribute it everywhere you possibly can. Once again, we're going for qualified views, not a quantity of views. So if you spread it across all the channels I just mentioned and you get 10 qualified buyers looking at that, think about what that can do for your business. Okay, step 2 is you want a seamless pipeline conversion. What that looks like is using data that you have to frame the problem and build urgency. If you don't do X, Y is going to happen. And we're the only way that we can stop Y from happening. You're arming AEs with insights and ideally sales collateral that they can use. So for example, let's say there's data or insights that you have that no one else has just from your experience and what you're working on. You should be creating engaging videos that those sales teams can use to work with those prospects. Instead of sending outdated pitch decks, outdated PowerPoints, maybe they have a really robust, easy to consume case study in video format that they can send to the ideal client and boom. Ultimately, you're anchoring your messaging in proof. And it's proof because once again, it's only insights that you can have, no one else can have. And I like to call this turning customers into collaborators. This has been unbelievably effective for some of the people I work with. If you have a good relationship with any of your customers, you can leverage them heavily because there is nothing that will drive your conversion rate higher than having customers on camera saying, I love company X, I love working with them, I love how they do this. That will outperform any any piece of marketing that you could ever imagine creating. In addition to this, you just need to make sure that you're hitting it from all angles. Some channels and strategies will work better for you. Some channels and strategies will work better for other people. So for example, I don't really see a reason why any B2B business should not be blasting cold emails 24/7. I don't see a reason why any B2B business should not be doing cold calling at scale. There's just no reason not to do it. Is it the most effective method possible? No. But is it the most scalable? Absolutely. From there, you should be creating content every single day on LinkedIn and ideally a couple times a week on YouTube. LinkedIn is very top of funnel and middle of funnel. YouTube is very bottom of funnel. So that way you're hitting it from all angles. And then once again, all this content that you create can be reused as sales assets in your GTM strategy, wherever you see fit in putting them. Of course, ads are always a part of GTM, but I think you should crack the organic code first, create really good content, because in 2025, ads are all about the quality of the creative. So if you have good creatives, you will have good ads. So it makes sense to start from the top and trickle down. And if you have both of those firing on all cylinders, you're gonna add probably 6 figures in pipeline in the next 6 months guaranteed. So this is how I, as a fractional CMO, think about executing GTM strategies with businesses that need more lead gen or they need higher conversion rates. All of this stuff works in lockstep. And so you've got 2 options. Step 1 is you just keep pumping out generic content that has no value, no expertise, no moat, and it just gets shouted into the void. No one really cares. Or you can build a GTM system with insight and your own lived experience that no one else can copy or replicate. And so if you're serious about making marketing your competitive moat, either join my email list because I send out insights all the time about marketing and AI, or book a call with me on my website to see how I can execute this for you, because this is what I do. The future of your business success and growth relies on your current GTM strategy. So it is so important to make sure that you are executing correctly.